Any views or opinions expressed on KUR are not necessarily those of Kutztown University, Kutztown University Student Government, Kutztown University Student Services Incorporated, KUR staff and management, or other affiliated organizations.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends. You are now on board the Paranormal Express. Please do not let the undead nature of the cabin frighten you. I swear you're safe and comfortable here, and I hope you can enjoy a few stories from myself. My name is Nicholas Zierfoss, and my doomed compatriot is
Dees. Jake.
Yes.
The gloomy, or did you say dead surroundings?
Yes. I'd say dead or undead, yes.
Sorry, I've been dabbling in a bit of necromancy.
Yes. Lots of
praise
bones.
be to Hekate.
To Hekate. Yeah, hey, that's part of today's topic, actually. So, yes, your portion of the topic. Today,
I usually go with the Greek stuff.
I
if
assume
I have an excuse to go Greek, I'm going Greek.
Give him to the Greek, as they say.
That movie's all right.
Okay. Yes, today we are going to tackle another one of a monstrum format, and that's going to be witches.
I guess you can call it monster, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that classic, Halloween costume.
Yeah, it is. A lot of witches that are infamous are definitely monsters in a way, either by appearance, action, or just origin.
I think it's usually just fear-mongering, though.
That's definitely
because I think
what
usually, especially historically speaking, they are innocent.
Usually, yes.
They are innocent women.
Yes.
Who are condemned to death for no reason.
Yeah, definitely.
Except there was this one woman that I remember, which has nothing to do. Well, it does have to do with our topic, I guess. But she was, the classic, trial, which is like dunking them in water. Or actually, they drown them in water to prove that they're innocent or guilty of being a witch.
Yeah.
She was dunked into the water, broke free of her bonds, and then swam away.
Ah.
And then they found her. Was like, this is proof of your guilt. And then they burned her.
Jeez.
I mean, that's what I think they burned. I don't know. They killed her somehow. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, I mean, because they get a lot of bad rap, and that's always...
It's usually a Christian thing.
It's usually a Christianity thing, unfortunately. That seems to be the common denominator when it comes to the...
They don't like other religions, so they like to try to find ways to demonize other religions.
Yeah. And
syncretize, to be like, that's us.
Yeah, because most modern
witches...
Which is
probably a Greek or a Roman thing, to be honest. Although they didn't really demonize other religions. They mostly did the latter that I mentioned, where they try to incorporate it.
Yeah.
Syncretize. That's usually the word.
So,
whatever.
Well, that's definitely something we're going to attempt today, is to talk about the origins and famous notable ones that could be called witches. I guess I'm just trying to pad for time. I don't want to get interrupted by one of the good conductor's notes, so I'm just going to get over with ahead of time. So what we have here from the KUR Notebook, attention KU community. Are you a local musical artist looking to get your music heard on KUR? Send FCC-friendly submissions today to kurmusic@kutztown.edu. Again, that's kurmusic@kutztown.edu. Then tune in and hopefully hear your music on KUR. Thanks for supporting college radio at Kutztown University. This message of community interest brought to you by the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. So I just assumed it would be appropriate to begin with what is one of the most common... Actually, not...
I mean,
not,
your topic is like the quintessential witch, really.
Yeah, it
At
is.
least in
It's-
physical appearance.
It's the origin of the most classic
Like the modern
stereotypes
witch, at
of
least.
what a modern witch looks like.
Because the ones I cover are like yours is ugly. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Because it's the hag.
Yes,
kind
it
of
is.
character type. Mine are usually beautiful.
Yeah.
Except Hekate. She's sometimes considered a hag,
Mhm.
or an old woman at least.
Okay.
Not necessarily a hag.
Yeah. And it's also difficult because in translation, the idea of a hag could be in character, not just
Yeah.
appearance
When
as
I was
well.
looking it up, I saw hag as an actual character, like stock character.
Yeah. The one I'm going to be talking about is the Baba Yaga, which, if you're in modern times and understanding of that term, you might have recognized it from the film John Wick, because he receives the title of Baba Yaga by the Russian mob that he's going after, just because he's so silent and deadly and destructive and everything, basically pulling near magic out of his butt to get stuff done. Which is one of the first times I heard Baba Yaga.
They
but-
shouldn't have gone after his dog.
Yeah, exactly. But what is the Baba Yaga? Well, in many interpretations, she's seen more as a goddess than an actual witch, in the way that she had the power to actually command the earth, heavens, the underworld, and be basically the bridge between most things spiritual, both dead and alive. But as she appeared, she was a tall, gaunt, and old woman, sometimes upon skeleton legs. Sometimes her nose is iron and so long it can double her height. In one story, it stated that she lays on her back and can touch the ceiling with it. Reason being...
I wonder what smells she can smell with that.
That's actually the whole point. She preferred to smell visitors far ahead of time, and to do that with such a long nostril.
It's just like, what's this?
Yeah, exactly. So if you
It's
come
like
knocking
dogs.
at the door, she smelled you probably half an hour ago, with that kind of snaz going on.
It's like dogs can smell hormone changes.
Yeah, and individual ingredients in soups and stocks and stuff. Where she can be found is typically in a classic log hut in the middle of forests, far off grounds, or away from people. However, the hut is not your average hut, as it is usually found upon the legs of a goat or a chicken, or even ram horns, and is surrounded by a fence of human bones on all sides. Another peculiar thing about the house is that it is consistently spinning when there are no visitors, so it's constantly rotating on top of those legs and usually raised off the ground. The only way to enter her house is by chanting, little house, turn your back to the forest, your front to me," in which it stops spinning and will lower itself down to that level. Interesting thing about the Baba Yaga is that because it predates most modern ideas of witches, Wicca, and things like that, although it does in telling of stories, just because its oral stories lasted hundreds of years, but its first written story was in the 17th century. But before the modern use of what's called a besom, which is that broom-like tool that a lot of Wicca use in rituals and ceremonies and spells, she actually rode upon a pestle and mortar. Now, in some accounts, there is the fact that she did use a besom to sweep the path as the pestle would move, almost as if she was oaring it along. But also the pestle, or the mortar itself, could be used in the same way, which I thought was very peculiar. That literally, and it's not just like any old, it's literally a large, almost bathtub-looking size of a pestle.
I mean, it would have to be for someone with
just for somebody to sit in it.
especially if she's as tall as you said.
Yeah,
With her
which is
schnoz.
like in artist depictions,
think
it's
she goes in schnoz
always
first.
3 times the size of a young girl or that of a man as well. So one of the first visual representations of Baba Yaga was found on woodblock prints from the 17th century. Once it was translated from oral traditions dating back in many different cultures, mainly though found in Eastern Europe, specifically parts of Russia, Lithuania, and along those lines. Their first narrative appearance, however, was in Vasily Levshin's 1780 collection, The Russian Fairy Tales, which gave many of the classic terrible and dangerous appearances, attitudes, referred to as an ogress that cannibalizes children. And you may find that very... An ogress, yes.
Fiona?
And you might... Well, yeah, some might say that. But, you know, having a very ugly stature, but then being able to appear young. And you might recognize the cannibalism. If you're a fan of Halloween movies or witches, something about running amok, I believe. Hocus Pocus definitely took a lot of material from the fairy tales of Baba Yaga and many different stories, because Baba Yaga is one of the most conceptual ideas for what the witch looks like.
At least the modern conception, definitely.
Yeah.
Is the witch in Hansel and Gretel the Baba Yaga, or
yes, I believe
form
so.
of the Baba Yaga?
It's definitely a form of it as well.
Baba
Being in the
Yaga.
forest in a hut that wants to eat children or anybody it can.
Then again, there are other witches who do live in the forest.
They're
not usually cannibal. At least not the one I found. She's not a cannibal.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends. Sometimes it's not. It's a false translation of the idea of cannibalism when it could just be using children for rituals and things like that.
I wonder if that is related to the myth that it's mostly associated with Jewish people, I think, at least back then.
Yeah.
I don't think many people really subscribe to that now.
No.
The myth of that they would take Christian children and sacrifice them or something like that. I can't remember what that. There's a specific name for that, and I can't remember what it is. But
that's probably still believed, unfortunately, by people.
By some, but it's definitely not as widespread.
Not the idea
as it used
anymore.
to be.
No, definitely not.
And it shouldn't be.
So, also, a very, very notable fairy tale. I did not get the exact name of it, but it stars a little girl named Vasilisa, which has literally a near direct inspiration for the Cinderella story. It's literally about a girl that is in servitude to her
There's a lot of those,
stepsisters.
Because there's Chinese Cinderella too, from long time ago.
Yeah, and that might actually predate it by a lot.
Yeah.
But it's so funny how very, very close this was to that. So a very jealous stepsisters order her to do work and are become very jealous of her continually increasing beauty and everything. There's literally mice assistants, and instead of a fairy godmother, though, the Baba Yaga's there. Also, this doll that she can speak to make to do her work if she wishes upon it. But then when the Baba Yaga enters the picture, she basically sends Felisa through different trials, and it's supposed to be all a giant allegory for womanhood.
Yeah,
growing up to
that's
be
what
an
a lot
adult.
of those are.
Yeah, and taking on the tradition of being an adult woman.
Can look up the
no
trope
crystal
into the
slipper,
woods and stuff
unfortunately.
like
There's no glass slipper or anything like that. Just a lot of people getting.
I think there is in the Chinese one,
incinerated.
but that's mostly because of their foot thing from back then. Small feet.
Yeah.
Binding, which thank God is not practiced anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of physical descriptions of Baba Yaga, including the large nose and the ugly appearance and everything. That hag idea is definitely very, very well derived. Honestly, I thought the Baba Yaga was going to go back further than this. There's not a lot historically about the oral tradition, which could be hundreds of years to 1,000 years or more. But with that being the 17th century when it became more popular, you can also make connections to a lot of other stories that come out around that time. But very interesting. Also, her powers are insane in some regards, because she can take glass and turn them into lakes and handkerchiefs into rivers, and easily one of her favorite things is to literally incinerate people to dust. Very fun, very good stuff. Because there started to be a counterculture against her actually being one that cannibalizes people, and everything. So, yeah. So that's the Baba Yaga, one of the most classic ideas of the traditional witch that we see in many, many medias and literally Halloween costumes and all. So yeah.
All right.
You know what? I might just... Yeah, let's just... that's not a bad transitioning point. Let's just move on to the quick messages. We have to throw your guys your way. Your guys your way. Yep.
We need that ectoplasm for the wheels.
Yep. We got to earn that bread
We
somehow.
don't create ectoplasm ourselves.
No, and the good conductor
Common
is
misconception
not,
of
yes. Yeah, it's actually something we have to acquire. It's interesting. But yeah, so
Unless
we're
you're,
gonna,
the conductor.
yes, the conductor, he's on a whole nother level. We have to strike deals with him very, very often. But yeah, so we will be right back with you guys here on the Paranormal Express. Stay toasty, stay warm. Hopefully, we can't even feel the temperature in here anymore. We just have to assume. But we'll be
Stay
right
cold.
back.
Stay chilly.
Yeah, stay frosty.
Stay frosty, my friends.
End your weeks off right with Rare Vibes from 6 to 7 on Friday. Playing everything from rock
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name.
to indie
And unforgiving, ruled by the vibe I'm bringing, serving.
to hip hop.
Animosity, high philosophy, hyper meditation. Reminisce on my
All this and more only on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
Darlene!
Not now. I'm watching my stories.
Dad,
Yeah, boy.
I need to tell you something.
What?
I have these feelings.
Feelings? What feelings?
Well, the thing is, Dad, I like boys.
What? You're gay? Aw, son. I'm proud of you. Took lots of guts. And please know that both me and your mom are here for you. After all, you're our son, and we love you no matter what.
Need someone who understands? If you're a lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or questioning youth, Lyric can help. At Lyric, young people get the support they need to come out early and follow their heart. I'm Armistead Maupin. Please join me in supporting Lyric. To learn more and make a donation, visit lyric.org today.
And for GLBTQ resources on campus, visit the KU GLBTQ Center, Old Main, Room 4.
Welcome back, everybody. You're now back on board the Paranormal Express here on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. Hopefully, it didn't get too chilly while we were running those messages, but we're back. So here we are. We're back. We're back. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes this is the only thing we have to look forward to. So, not much else. So, Jake, what did you want to take us on now?
So
on the
gonna
theme
go
of witches.
Very old, as I usually do.
Yes.
Ancient, in fact.
Very good.
Even ancient to the Greek religion, apparently. She is Hekate, or some people like to pronounce it Hecate, like in Shakespeare it's in Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
She's called Hecate, but that's not... It doesn't seem accurate, considering the Greek version of her name is pronounced more like Hekate, or Hecate, or no, not Hecate, Hecate. It's more like Hecate, yeah. Something like that. I mean, I don't speak Greek, so I don't know. But it seems closer to Hekate than it does Hecate.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she is a goddess, sometimes considered a titan, or at least the child of titans. Although here it says she is the daughter of the titan Perseus, and the nymph Asteria, who was another sort of witch figure. They call her a nymph here. I've heard her called a titan as well, or a titaness, and she had the powers of divination and necromancy and things like that. Of course, we talked about necromancy before, and it doesn't necessarily mean raising the dead, which I don't know if that's what they're referring to here as necromancy. But Hekate is very similar to her mother. She has abilities in the realm of divination and prophecy and necromancy, but she's also a moon goddess, the third Greek moon goddess, There are a lot of them.
Good things come in threes.
Yeah, she's also the triple goddess. Like, she's often depicted with 3 heads, and because that's her like. That's the other thing. That's crossroads are significant to her, because crossroads are like a realm or like a boundary between the other world or like a mystical world and the normal mortal world.
Just like how.
And so, like, her statues would be at crossroads, or a 3-headed mask would be 3-faced mask.
Yeah, almost like a reference to ley lines.
Somewhat.
Or how it deals with devils in a lot of voodoo tradition is done at crossroads by burying something in the ground.
Yeah. Hekate is an interesting figure. She is one of the titans who sided with the gods during the when they were rising up against their titan parents. She and Zeus afterwards decided to honor Hekate rather than taking any of her realms from her, rather than taking from giving her a specific realm and forcing her into the underworld or something like that. He decided to let her go where she pleases. So she is a goddess of the sea, the earth, and the sky. She chooses usually to go into the underworld because of her necromantic and relations, and also being a friend of Persephone.
Classic.
Well,
sorry, I remember going so long reading a comic about Persephone, I called it Persephone the entire time.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm good at that.
You know her Roman name better than I do. I don't remember Persephone's Roman name. I don't remember Roman names very well. I don't really like the Romans.
That was a lot of us. Kore.
Kore, yeah, that is it.
Kore.
Yeah. I think Hecate's Roman name is like Trivia, which I wonder is where we get the word trivia.
Possibly. Is she known for like?
Yeah, she does actually do riddles,
stuff?
I think.
Oh, okay. Well, that's classic. There you go.
I think I didn't see that in my research, but I remember that for some reason. I could be thinking of a different goddess, though.
I was gonna say that fits well then. Welcome to Hekate night.
So apparently she does have riddles, but there's a lot of riddles in mythology, so...
Oh, yeah.
It might not.
People of old love talking riddles.
Yes. But that's her origins. Not the etymology, like, origins, but... those are her origins in the mythology itself. I will go into her etymology origins a little bit, because she's interesting. She was an early goddess, like I said. She was accepted into the Greek pantheon early. She's a chief goddess presiding over magic and spells, or just witchcraft in general. She witnessed the abduction of Persephone, and then helped Demeter find her. She lit her torches to let Demeter access the underworld and find Persephone. Hekate was represented as single-formed, clad in a long robe, holding burning torches. This was an older one. She would burn the torches, or like to keep like evil spirits away. I think, or like her statues at least were used in that way. And then later representations, like I said, made her triple-formed, with 3 bodies standing back to back, probably so she could look in all directions at once from the crossroads. So she was accompanied by a specific, like this says a pack of dogs, but I kept seeing that she was followed by a specific she-dog, who I think was the Queen of Troy, who killed herself after Troy fell, and then was reincarnated or was saved from death by being turned into a black dog that stays at Hecate's side, which is like an early form of familiar, possibly. But that's sort of Hekate in general. She later... there are only like 2 wars in Greek mythology that the gods really take part in. The war with the Titans, and then the war with the Giants. There's also what's his name? I forget his name now. But there's like another big bad enemy that they also fight. I don't know if Hekate took part in that, but she did take part in the Giant War. She killed one of the giants with 2 torches. Her statue also is usually depicted holding different things. So sometimes it's holding daggers, sometimes it's holding her torches, sometimes it's holding snakes. She's an interesting character. But
it's interesting when you mention that she's a triple deity.
Yes.
I didn't
Later
know,
on,
I didn't know that was a common term to use. Because I was trying to think of. I remember seeing the image of another deity that had 3 faces.
It's often in like Eastern religions that you see stuff like that.
Like in Hindu, there's the supreme divinity Brahma.
Hindu has large connections to basically every single European religion ever.
Oh yeah, yes.
Which is why everything is called Indo-European.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because there was a huge religion with that, which maybe we'll get into that at some point. But
that's just what I was trying to think of. Also, I mean, I'm embarrassed to say, but like, I also see that a lot in not necessarily video games, but I was thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh cards at the time too.
That's possible. I mean, there's a lot of Egyptian mythology, especially in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, what's cooler to pull from than gods? Because they always look amazing in artistic depictions. There's there's a lot of like you can take a lot of artistic freedom with that. Yeah.
Because they're gods.
I don't want to go on a tangent, but yeah, there's specifically an entire archetype of Yu-Gi-Oh card that's based off of Norse mythology itself. Like literally, there's literally Ymir and Odin and everything.
Okay.
I think he's just called Odin Allfather, and then there's a whole deck based off of it. Anyway, yep.
Yeah. Since I talked about the basics of Hekate, at least, I'm going to talk a little bit about her like actual origins and how she may have come to Greece, I guess. Well, some people think she originated in Greece, like she's an actual original Greek goddess.
Yeah.
I was reading here, it says that like some people think that like her name possibly it used to mean like willing, or like her having some aspect of like control over will, which she doesn't really like. That doesn't, they say even here, like probably unlikely, because that doesn't really make sense with her. But another Greek word, which for Hekate is Hekatos or something like that, which is an obscure epithet of Apollo.
Okay.
Which means like it's usually interpreted as like the far-reaching one or the far darter, which may be her. They then start talking about her being equated or like possibly an aspect of Artemis. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe Artemis was once an aspect of Hekate. I don't know. Probably the reversed. Since, of course, Artemis is strongly associated with Apollo, them being twins. But, yeah, Hekate is often like equated with Artemis. They were probably one and the same at one point, according to this theory at least. Probably back at a point when Artemis, the name that name was more so associated with like maidenhood and purity, whereas like darker attributes like association with magic or the souls or the dead or night would have gone to the name Hekate. Though often considered the most likely Greek origin, the name doesn't account for her worship in Asia Minor. Where her association with Artemis came later. And the competing theories that the attribution of the darker aspects and magic to Hekate were themselves not originally part of her cult. There's also an Egypt origin here, but it's very short and I don't really understand it too well. I didn't have time to really look into it. Let's get rid of that. And also I don't know how to pronounce that. It's Hekate. The Egyptian god Hekate, who's a goddess of fertility.
I recognize that.
You probably
and also might have been where I started pronouncing Hecate's name wrong by saying Hekate or Hekate.
Yeah. So yeah, that's who she's associated there with in Egyptian mythology. But the origin that I think is probably more accurate, because of what I know of other Greek gods who also have similar origins, is her Anatolian origins, or like her Middle Eastern, Iranian, possibly Persian. I don't think Persian.
Should we be very careful of what we say about her, because she is accredited as goddess of ghosts and is technically our boss?
I mean,
I
haven't said anything bad. She's actually my favorite Greek goddess.
Oh, well, there you go. Praise be to Hekate.
That's what I said earlier.
Hekate. At least, she's probably so high up the chain that we're never going to be able to meet her.
What do you mean? I met with her last Thursday.
You met with her?
Yeah, she gave me a dog.
I thought even the good conductor couldn't even meet with her. What the heck?
Well, I like dogs so much, so, and she has a good association with dogs.
Ah. Yeah. I get too sad when I see ghost dogs, so I haven't really associated with them recently, man.
But yeah, her Anatolian origins, the Carians? Oh, okay. So this shows like a map of it. This isn't going to make sense to a lot of people, but Ionia is like the islands on the coast of Anatolia, which is modern day Turkey, I think.
Okay.
I think that's Turkey. It's the area around, where Istanbul would be up here where that connection is. It's way down here on the coast.
I'm going to nod and say yes, though I was really bad at European geography.
This isn't technically European.
I guess.
It's Asian.
But I remember Turkey being on there, though, so that's why I'm like, yeah.
It's because it has a good association with Europe.
Yeah.
There's Cyprus.
It's like the last country before it's like, that's
yes.
it. Yeah.
But there's all those islands between Greece and then Anatolia.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's down below that. It's like a little southern area. But that's where she's supposedly from. According to this theory, at least. Which, the names might have been like the same name, Hekate, or Hekateus, or Hekatomnus, they're the father of Masolus. Okay. I don't know what that means. I don't know who that is. So he was a ruler. So they're just trying to equate a ruler of that area to like a protecting goddess or god.
Okay.
So yeah, she remained a great goddess there. Her cult site was in Lagina, I assume Lagina. I don't know, Laginia, which is a site in that area. But a lot of people want to say that she must have been a Greek goddess, but there are a lot of other gods who come from other, like the Phoenicians spread a huge religion around. But that's pretty much all I have for that.
Okay. Nice.
Hekate,
very nice. I've just been scrolling through the Wikipedia on triple deity now, just because
we could do an episode on
it's cool.
deities.
Isn't that also, that's the lyric from that one Raleigh Ritchie song that we really like?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's Stronger Than Ever, but I know a curse word comes right after, so I will not repeat it. But yes, the good conductor gets mad, it swears.
It's because he can't do it anymore.
Yes, that's true too.
Every time he opens his mouth, just
he got cursed by somebody, and he can't
by
do it
Hekate.
anymore. Yes,
that's why you can't meet with her.
She is insufferable when it comes to curse words, apparently. And yeah.
Wait, but I swear all the time.
Well, okay. Somebody's rubbing elbows.
Yep.
Gotta chill down my
dog
spine.
likes me.
I gotta
have an
chill
inherent. The dogs just inherently like me for some reason. So that's why she puts up with it.
Get a little bit insecure.
Okay. Are you gonna?
It's I Can Change. Yeah, that's the one. That's the song. I just thought of it, so that's what it was.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess I can move on to one of my things. I just want to talk about quickly one of the most iconic things a witch always carries. At least like
their nose.
Media. Yes, they carry their nose with them and the warts
and their cats.
Oh yeah, of course, the black cat suspicion.
There are other.
But what I want to talk about is the broomstick, and that's traditionally called a besom. That's
how's that spelled?
B-E-S-O-M. Besom. Or it could be a besom. I don't exactly know.
You invoked his name.
Our friend Besom. Yeah. So a besom is traditionally a tool that's used in the Wicca practice, and it resembles a small broom or that thereof a...
Oh, so that's like the small broom that's usually on like people's walls.
Yeah, so if you ever look at fall decorations or...
That's like that wicker broom.
Yeah, it's like a wicker broom. Traditionally, yes, it was not always a broom with like straw at the bottom for sweeping. It was just a rod made out of wood.
Ow. the conductor turned on a bright light in
Yeah,
the
we
other
just
room.
we just got flashbanged by the other room. It was typically like a rod made out of wood carved down and then attached to it with either wire or twine of some kind, or typically branches, and that's why they're usually thicker, and you look at it and you're like, that cannot be used as a broom. Well, the whole origin of a broom is a term that was based off of besom originally, and I think there were some Greek things behind the word broom. Because broom definitely is not a word derived for the fact that it's something for sweeping material and cleaning, but actually something that was just used as a ritual item. What the besom was used for is it's a pre-ceremony spell tool that is used to cleanse and purify an area for a ritual, typically. It was used in dance and to wave around, almost like lots of shamans, witch doctors, and voodoo practitioners will clear an area of spirits and energy using objects to do that. Also, lots of Inuit and Native Americans as well. Also, there's an interesting...
Is it kind of like... I kind of missed what you said exactly, but is it kind of like burning sage or whatever?
In a way, yes. Yeah, because burning sage... It's not used in preparation, but it's just a practice thing that you do daily, as if you were to air freshen something that smelled bad. If you were afraid of a change, like usually I know they would burn sage around moon phases because different energies happen during different moon phases, as well as times of the month and the seasons, whether it's Samhain or if it's another seasonal change, just to make...
Do the Irish witches burn sage?
They might. I don't actually know.
Well, you said Samhain.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking of the whole that spiritual calendar of paganism and everything.
Well, modern stuff kind of combines a lot of different like ancient religions together. So, not that that's bad or anything. It's just that's what they do.
But that's also why you might see that typically hung in people's houses, like you were saying, as well as some people would actually use broomsticks themselves, and they're always left outside the door or the front door.
What did they use to sweep the floor? Oh, wait, they lived in dirt floors, didn't they?
Yeah, they typically didn't think.
How do they sweep their dirt floors?
I have no idea. I think the brush might be older than.
I had vacuums, I bet.
Yes, they had Roombas. They had Roombas driven by rats.
That's what their familiars were for. They had a Roomba familiar.
Yeah, exactly. Also, interestingly, besoms were also a symbol of the duality of masculinity to femininity, as the rod resembles masculine and the birch bristles and twigs were femininity. Anemone.
Yeah.
Too many N's in a row. Only two, but it's
I had the same thing with when I was trying to say etymologically.
Yeah, it's just when vowels and consonants fight with each other like that, it's crazy. So that's the broom, and it's tied to the witches. Now, why did they fly on them? Well, unfortunately, there's no actual legitimate text saying that they actually flew. Of course, there is the ritual of witches mounting besoms, doing dance performances in crop fields. Jeez, I moved my mic. In crop fields, where they would leap around the fields to teach and show the crops and urge them to grow at certain heights. And witches were like the colony's version of court wizards in some instances, where they could be counseled to help if it was a colony that may have fallen out of sorts with Christianity and Puritanism, and more so wanted to just survive. So they would have to go and console the help of a local witch to do that. And so they would do that by leaping around with their besoms to encourage crop like corn and maize to raise high enough to give a good harvest.
I think your laptop might be a witch.
Why?
It's predicting rain coming.
Oh, I mean, yeah. If you took that laptop to the right place, you'd be considered a warlock by somebody.
Right time period, yeah.
So that was kind of like them in the air with it. Now the actual system of them flying is a little bit more risque. I'll try to get into it by omitting certain details to make this okay in the good conductor's eyes. So rituals involving witches mounting the besoms were that of the crop fields, but the flying aspect was actually due to hallucinations. Now, this hallucination was actually given by a topical psychohallucinogenic that was actually deemed the slang term flying ointment. Now, there's probably a legitimate name to it because it was an herbal hallucinogenic.
They
that
probably
was,
had a name for it, but yeah.
Yeah. But it was treated like any drug would be, and it's giving a term that's kind of demonizes it, and so they called it flying ointment. It was a very potent mixture of very deadly sources, like you were talking about earlier: nightshade, wormwood, lots of different herbs and spices.
When I was looking at it, I was like, all these are poisonous.
Yeah,
Why
all
are they doing this?
Crazy poisonous, but it's because they were never ingested. They don't ingest the ointment. It's topical, so when applied to the skin, it can be used
And probably in very low amounts.
Yeah, that too. I don't know. That's the interesting thing, because there's a lot of toxins and poisons that will cause hallucinogenic states before your untimely death if ingested, depending on their strength and potency. So they would apply them to the rods, the besoms, and ride them and use them and just rub themselves down with the ointment, typically at closed door, pleasure events, maybe, in a way. But
you're stepping on glass.
Yeah. I was walking on eggshells there. But yes, so that was, and it would give the hallucinogenic event of flying. They would believe that they would be in the air, traveling many distances over time, even places they had never been before, but would be able to see and imagine what it was like to be there. And so that's where that kind of came from. And that was not just only practiced by witches, but a lot of people just looking for a good time, as what many dens of drug use have been in the past. So, unfortunately, yes, there's not many a good, innocent fairy tale about flying witches as there are, as we see in common and modern media. So that's the origin of the broomstick with witches. A besom is what it's called, and you can look up more information about that. So I believe it's about appropriate time for us to move on to some more messages, so the good conductor does not get upset. We're a little bit late on them.
Upset.
He's always
just jealous of me.
Angry. Oh.
Was that?
Yeah, that was him trying to possess me for a second.
We
really need to
because I get along with Hekate.
Yes, that's exactly.
He's trying to teach me how to achieve apotheosis.
I'm going to be honest. I hope he doesn't hear me say this, but I swear, anytime we talk about Hekate, he gets so incel about it. It's insane.
It's just because dogs don't like him.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. They're
Cats
really
do though.
Yeah. At least he's got something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on to those messages. We hope you sit tight here in the cabin with us here on the Paranormal Express. And we're going to send it over there. You're listening to the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
Follow KUR, Kutztown University Radio, on Twitter to receive exciting daily content on your homepage. There, you'll find new music, breaking news, and local university announcements. You'll also discover your favorite hourly shows' Twitter pages, where you can feel free to interact and engage with KUR DJs. Visit twitter.com/KU Radio and make sure to use hashtag KU Radio when interacting. We are KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University.
Programming on KUR provided in part by the students of Kutztown University Radio. Checking campus headlines: due to the ongoing labor shortage affecting the country, some dining facilities on campus are also feeling the pinch, but KU is happy to report not really affecting operations here too much. That being said, some minor notes to pass along regarding dining hours include the Cup Cafe being open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday. The Cup Cafe is available for to-go only from 3 to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 3 to 6 p.m. on Friday. The Academic Forum Court offers all of your Zoka and La Nostra pizza favorites from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. Chick-fil-A serves all your chicken favorites Monday through Friday from 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. The first floor of the South Dining Hall continues 24/7 access with Sunny Sides open from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. Late night bites are available from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. on the first floor of the South Dining Hall, 7 days a week. We check your news hourly here on your news leader, KUR Kutztown.
And now we are back here on the signature. That's not it.
That's not it.
Signature Paranormal Express.
I was going to say, welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I still love that one, and I need to start incorporating it.
It's a good one.
You're still here on board the Paranormal Express. We're going to be finishing it up soon. If you are just joining us, the topic for this evening was witches. Now, if you are just joining us now and you missed the beginning of the show, do not worry your adorable heads. We can be found on Spotify, on the KUR Spotify page, with all of our previous on-demand VODs and everything like that, so you can go and enjoy those. Whoa! Loud! What? I didn't help either, because my mic was loud too. So yeah, check out our previous episodes on there if you did not catch any of them, especially that nasty good Halloween special we did. So, Jake, you're going to take us away with our next topic, correct?
No. Yes.
Oh.
I mean, it's the same topic, really, but, you know.
Yeah.
Similar to the Hekate. Although sometimes she's actually her daughter, Circe. Or in ancient Greek, I guess her name was pronounced Kirka.
Kirka.
Because ancient Greek did not have soft C's. But Latin and Anglicizations do. So, she was an enchantress and a minor goddess in Greek mythology. She has a few different parentage stuff. Either Helios as her father and the Oceanid nymph Perse, or Perse, I don't know. It's Perse, or the goddess Hekate and someone named Aeetes? I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. It's Aeetes. He was a king of the Colchis. She, of course, Circe was renowned for her vast knowledge of potions and herbs, so a lot of people think she was a botanist of some sort, if she was, in fact, a historical figure and not just a mythological figure.
Yeah.
Which she may have been, because she does appear in the sort of pseudo-mythological historical books of, like, the Odyssey. She's not in the Iliad, but she's in the Odyssey. Yeah, so she's best known probably for that, where she encountered Odysseus and his crew, and she turned them all into pigs, or swine, except for Odysseus. Odysseus and a few of his men decided to stay on their ship before going onto the island, and then one guy who didn't trust Circe, so he stayed out of her palace, wasn't turned into a pig, saw that everyone was turned into pigs or swine, and then ran back to Odysseus and informed him. And Odysseus and the rest of the men went to go save them, and he was encountered by Hermes. Hermes gave him a herb from Athena to protect him from her magic. And yeah, he was protected, basically.
Imagine a funky piece of grass being the reason you're not affected by a goddess's magic.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I mean, her magic is from funky grass, too, so...
I guess that makes sense, then.
Yeah.
You know? Everybody's
Although, actually,
kryptonite.
she uses a wand or a staff, and her magic is usually to transform her enemies. So.
Okay.
I think I guess the historical aspect of that, or the non-magical reasoning behind that, would be psychedelics, probably. Some sort of thing like that. Some sort of mind hallucination with the herbs and stuff that she would use.
This grass smells weird. I can't do it.
But who knows?
I shouldn't be making fun of a goddess. I'm sorry.
She's a minor goddess.
Okay.
Oh, you were actually talking about Circe, though. She has a lot of people there. She actually, she's another form of, like, the possible, like, origin for familiars, because there's so many men it's usually men, who come to her island, and then she just turns them into beasts. Like there's tigers and wolves and bears and snakes. They all used to be human, but she turned them into what they are now. And they just prowl around the island. But they're all really docile, and they just kind of greet people and then guide them to her.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You think they'd be like, get off this island now?
Yeah, you'd think.
Unless they enjoy being those
My favorite
animals.
thing about the Percy Jackson books is when Percy comes into contact with Cersei, he gets turned into a guinea pig instead of a pig. She's like, I don't want to deal with swine. But also...
Why not make it adorable?
Yeah. But also, she had other guinea pigs, and you'll never guess who they were. Blackbeard and his crew.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that before or after they crashed the Queen Anne's Revenge?
No, the Queen Anne's Revenge is in it.
Oh, okay.
Percy takes it.
Oh,
he gets off the
interesting.
island on it. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, him being a son of Poseidon, he can kind of just tell ships to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, almost like in Pirates of the Caribbean, the Blackbeard in the show, or the movie, actually has control over the ship. Like it's cool how they do that. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I have. I just
yeah,
don't
remember he would rub across his cutlass, and some of the masts would start moving and everything like that, and he could command the ropes. It's cool.
Percy in the book just kind of either commands it with his mind or just kind of goes like.
Yeah, because they respect.
I
the
moved
fact
my
that
hand
he's
for the audio listeners. Love you to death.
Audio listeners
to
love
death. Anyway, I don't remember exactly, but that was basically her entire story with Odysseus. Odysseus won, and he stays on her island forever. Not forever, for like a year, and then he leaves. But the conductor has rudely interrupted me with a notebook.
As he does.
From the KUR notebook, attention KU community. Come to the Boxwood House every Friday from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. for Feminist Friday. Each week there will be a different theme. Contact the Women's Center and FMLA for more information. This message is brought to you by the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
And with that actually brings in a note. We have about 4 minutes going. So.
Well, there's not much more to go with Cersei. She's not as interesting or ancient as Hekate.
Okay.
But it's basically that story. She there's a book about Cersei that's apparently really good about her life story and stuff. Yeah, so she fell in love apparently with the sea god Glaucus, but he prefers the Scylla, the sea nymph.
Those darn nymphs.
And in revenge, Cersei poisoned the water where her rival bathed and turned her into a dreadful monster. So that's how Scylla became a monster.
Lovely.
Scylla's a classic monster in
Lovers quarrel.
Yep.
Ending in a monster. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So I guess last off-topic remark. What's your favorite depiction of a witch? Either movies or TV shows or books.
I like. I don't know what my favorite depiction would be, but I like when they. I guess Raven from Teen Titans and stuff would probably be my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually did not think of her as a witch, so that's.
She is.
But yeah,
definitely.
no, totally is. Yes.
But I also like the paint that they'll put on their foreheads of the moon and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, when she goes super dark.
Well, she doesn't do that. She has the diamond.
She has a little red jewel. Yeah.
Which is sometimes her heart.
Yeah. I asked that question without being prepared myself. I do like the Three Stooges witches in Hocus Pocus. I know I talked about them a little bit earlier.
They're coming back. They're doing another one.
Yeah, they are. They're doing another one. I don't know where they're going to go with that. It could be okay.
I think it'll be good.
Mary Poppins Returns was not bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's never going to be better than the original because that doesn't happen, especially with the disconnect.
Rarely it happens.
Very rarely it happens. Terminator 2 was better than Terminator 1, but that's one of the big.
The second Star Wars movie was better than the first.
Yeah.
It's often accredited as being one of the best films of all time.
I guess
Better
that's
films.
true.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. No, that made sense. The whole.
No, not the one where he complains about sand. That one's my favorite. No, it's not.
I know that. Okay, so let's wrap it up here then. Jake, where can they find us after the show?
You can find us on Twitter at paranormal_exp. And on YouTube, search Paranormal Express, and you might have to filter for channels, but look for the one with a train symbol with ghost smoke coming out of it.
I actually finally saw that logo when I looked it up before, and I like it. It's nice.
I showed it to you when I made it.
Yes.
And you were like, oh, I could give my friend to make something.
Wow, that was rude of me. I'm sorry.
I just did it for a class, so it's fine.
Also, on that note as well, Spotify, if you look up Kutztown University Radio's Spotify account, you can find previous episodes to be able to rewatch or be able to see if you missed an episode like that, because we're definitely going to try to continue to do this over break and into next semester. So look forward to that, thank you so much for being here on board the Paranormal Express. Now you must get off at this next stop. Should you wish to maintain your mortal flesh, please do so. Keep your hands and feet safely inside the car at all times, and that's supposed to be said at the beginning, but this is the end. So
get them out of the car.
So get them out of the car safely. Thank you so much, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends, for joining us here on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.